Welcome to San Francisco, California, USA, as we have a look at the transit scene here in San Francisco, one of the most exciting and most varied in the US, before we jump an Alaska Airlines flight from San Francisco to Orange County.
Traveling the world on planes, trains, trams, and more. Join Mark Hopwood as he shows you some of the great journeys he's made. Let's travel to a whole variety of destinations. Remember to drop your comment below, like and subscribe, turn on the notification button, and never miss a video.
So I've flown up on United Airlines from Santa Barbara to San Francisco. I've arrived at the airport and I'm using the airport transit system heading round the terminal complex on my way to the BART station, but passing some great views of the aircraft on the way. But here we are at the BART station and I'm going to take a BART for just the very short distance down to Millbrae, the interchange with Caltrain, which serves a station fairly close to the airport. This was on a Saturday afternoon. I have to say I wasn't overly impressed by the frequency, just 2 trains an hour on BART, which stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit, and one might expect a rapid transit system in one of the major cities of the world to operate more than twice an hour. But nonetheless, the trains were clean, efficient, electric, and they ran to schedule. I reached Millbrae, got off the BART, and then headed across to the Caltrain platforms. Now you can see here the railway is electrified, and very shortly it will have new electric trains serving it as part of a very substantial investment and upgrade. But right now the diesel services with the elderly diesel locos and the bi-level carriages are living out their last months, and this was one of the reasons, of course, why I was keen to come and have a look. This is a southbound train heading out of San Francisco down towards San Jose on the San Jose Peninsula, and I was waiting for a train in the other direction to head into the city, into San Francisco to King and 4th Street station. I didn't have long to wait. You can see it's quite an interesting interchange here, and the weather was fine. It was a great day to be in San Francisco, to be having a look at the railway network, and particularly to be having a look at the diesel traction on Caltrain before it disappeared. My train runs into the platform with a driving trailer at the San Francisco end, the locomotives generally operating the trains in push-pull mode from the country end, the rolling stock almost exclusively now these bi-level cars, and we'll have a look inside in just a moment. Well, you can see the interior of this double-decker Caltrain car somewhat resembles a prison vehicle without a proper floor, and the 2 sides of the vehicle entirely separate, not able to walk across with just a single line of seating on each side. Well, that's the view out of the window. You can see the control tower in the distance for San Francisco International Airport, but running through a residential area south of San Francisco city, and beginning to get a little bit more industrial, commercial, shopping. You can see here a Toyota car dealer. But we continue towards the terminus for Caltrain in San Francisco City. It's at 4th Street and King, but a variety of views out of the window, having been in some built-up areas. We're then passing some less built up areas, but then approaching the terminus station we have the carriage sidings and engine stabling area on the south side of San Francisco, and we ran past that as we made our approach into the terminus station, past quite a bit of rolling stock stabled. On a Saturday, a lot less trains run. Caltrain primarily a commuter operation, and a number of the faster trains, the enhanced frequencies, don't run. You can see one of the Baby Bullet locomotives there purchased to support the operation of the faster Baby Bullet services that run Monday to Friday on Caltrain, but they're some of the more traditional locomotives in the 9XX series as well, based on the FP40 design, I believe. Well, this is 4th and King in San Francisco. I've jumped off my train along with quite a few customers, quite a few football enthusiasts, American football that would be, of course, and I made my way right down the length of the train to the bus stops and out into the street to see some of the new Muni light rail operation, including this very recently opened line, which is operating through to Chinatown in San Francisco with very modern built, quite flexible streetcars that also operate in dedicated sections of railway in tunnel, which we'll see shortly. But you can see a very good quality of vehicle, and still quite a lot of tram tracks there for these services, completely separate of course to the tracks that run for the cable cars. So here we'd headed underground. I was jumping off the train, and I think good levels of loadings already, and well done to the team at Muni in San Francisco for getting this project delivered, completed, and then starting to show some really good passenger numbers as well. So that took me to Market, which is one of the terminus points for two of the lines on the San Francisco cable car system, and here you can see a couple of clips of video showing the turning of a cable car on the turntable, an entirely manual process, quite an interesting process to watch. The cars are manhandled onto the turntable, turned, and then manhandled off. You can see that once again here with another car as the crew have to turn their own vehicle ready for a return towards one of the stations in the Fisherman's Wharf area. Clearly these are an iconic vehicle. They're really closely associated with San Francisco, but the trams are very busy in the summer, in high season. You'll really struggle to get on one at many of the popular locations without a long queue. And while I understand that the system has to be used carefully and responsibly, I think frequency could be enhanced with the existing level of resource, both in terms of people and in terms of the cable cars themselves. I think they could probably run in a double what they run if they just speeded the whole thing up and operated it a little bit more slickly. Particularly, you'll see here these cars being turned and then they wait quite a while before they load up passengers and depart. But I sense there's quite a lot of union power and tradition and a bit of lack of innovative thinking around how they could enhance the capacity and maybe carry more tourists on these services. So welcome to San Francisco. I'm riding on one of the iconic cable cars here in the city, just passing through Union Square, and heading down towards Fisherman's Wharf in this iconic city with lots to see and do if you're here with leisure time on your hands. So one of the great things they've done here in San Francisco is to build up a collection of PCC cars, that's President's Committee cars, which were vehicles built to a similar common standard design through the 1940s and 50s. And San Francisco has a great collection of these, and they're operated along the waterfront on Route F from Fisherman's Wharf, which then does a sort of circuit round and runs along Market Street in downtown San Francisco. Great variety of vehicles, looked after well, presented well, and good fun to travel in. You can just see there Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39 at San Francisco. Well, I've had a busy afternoon in San Francisco, but it's time for me to head back to the airport. I've cut things just a little bit fine with a flight at 8:30. It's just gone 7 o'clock, so I've jumped in a Uber after having a look at a number of the streetcars, the cable cars of course. Now it's time to get a fast car back to the airport. I'm going to try Alaska Airways to Los Angeles, but not to LAX. I'm heading to Santa Ana, Orange County Airport, because they've got a later flight than LAX on Alaska. It's a new airline at a new airport with a new aircraft type, so should be a bit of fun. I'm trying out Alaska in first class, so I'll see you at the airport and then on the plane. Okay, I'll be quick then. So this is the Alaska Airlines lounge for first class customers, I guess, plus other people who possess status on Alaska, who of course are part of the One World Alliance. But worth pointing out, this flight took place in the early part of the autumn on a Saturday evening, so a lot of leisure customers had been out and about on Friday and Saturday and got to where they needed to, and of course business traffic substantially less. But by American lounge standards for domestic customers, I have to say this was pretty good, pretty impressive, and all the better for being quiet. So great lounge, lots of space, facilities, different types of working environments, good selection of food and drink, friendly, helpful staff, and a nice view out over the apron. But soon they called my Alaska Airways flight to Santa Ana, Orange County, and I joined the front end of the queue to head down to have my boarding card checked just one more time, because you can't have your boarding card checked too often on one flight, can you? But great to be getting back on a plane, great to be flying with Alaska Airlines. Sadly, it was in the dark, so let's just have a quick look at this bit of video that's been prepared by another member of the YouTube community for Alaska Airways themselves. Good evening from this Alaska Airlines Embraer 175. I'm sat in first class in seat 2A for Alpha. We're at San Francisco on gate D1. It's a SkyWest Airlines flight for Alaska. We're heading south down to Santa Ana to Orange County Airport. It's a night flight, it's dark outside, so there's limited opportunities to show you the scenery. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit of a takeoff and maybe some of the views of San Francisco. So not a lot in the way of service to review. They've just handed out some water which we get complimentary in first class. So I've brought my own snacks along to keep me going. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video as we talk about SkyWest Airlines and the Embraer 175.
Down to Orange County, Santa Ana. We will be on our way in a few minutes here for a quick flight down the coast. 1 hour once we're airborne at 35,000 feet. Should be a mostly smooth ride. There's a few bumps, just a little bit of weather off the coast, but there was nothing worse than a little bit of light chop on the way here. Once we get down there, cloudy skies, 77 degrees. Your flight attendants have some important safety announcements. Please give them their attention when you do that. Thanks. Welcome aboard.
as I climb down the ramp that they put adjacent to the aircraft at Santa Ana. That brings to a conclusion this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and click the notification button so you don't miss any of the great trips Mark has coming your way on this YouTube channel.